The Mazza Museum is the largest teaching gallery in the world that specializes in art from children's picture books. It is located in the Virginia B. Gardner Fine Arts Pavilion on the campus of the University of Finley. It was established by Dr. August C. Mazza and his wife in the fall of 1982 as part of the university's centennial celebration. It originally started with just 4 works of art and has now grown to over 8,000. One of the artists featured in the Mazza Museum is Stephen Kellogg.
Stephen Kellogg started at an early age creating stories and sketches for his sisters. He then went on to attend Rhode Island School for Design for Illustration. His first book was published in 1967 and has illustrated more than 100 books, which include A Penguin Pup for Pinkerton. This children's book is inspired by his Great Dane named Pinkerton. Pinkerton also stars in several other books, such as A Rose for Pinkerton and Pinkerton and Friends.
Stephen Kellogg's book, A Penguin Pup for Pinkerton, was published in 2001 and is displayed in the Mazza Museum. It is about a Great Dane who thinks that he is an emperor penguin. His owner, Emily, comes home from school and tells her family about what she learned. Emily inspires Pinkerton to imagine that his football is a penguin egg and cares for it as if it was his penguin pup.
Emily takes Pinkerton to school for show and tell. One of the boys in her class named Billy realizes that Pinkerton's football egg is the football that was stolen from his yard. Billy takes his football and upsets Pinkerton, causing a disaster in the classroom. Pinkerton becomes depressed because Billy took his egg until one day he found it in a football game in a park.
He runs through the football game and steals back his precious football egg. To get away, he runs through the dog show. He is headed straight for the ice rink. When his family finally catches up to him, Emily and her grandmother switch Pinkerton's football egg for a pretend egg that holds a handmade penguin pup. Pinkerton gets his hatched egg with a penguin pup, the football team gets their ball back, and everyone is happy.
Displayed in the museum are the front and back covers which summarize the story. These images foreshadow the plot of the story by using color balance, an ironic hieratic scale, and facial expression. There is an asymmetrical color balance shown by complementary and split complementary colors. The complementary colors of blue and orange are in the forefront, while the split complementary colors of green and yellow are in the background. Why did Stephen Kellogg use these colors?
The blue book cover and the blue sky complement the orange borders and Pinkerton's orange collar. The split complementary is represented by Emily's green coat and yellow scarf, as well as the teacher's green tie and yellow pants. The asymmetrical balance of these colors creates a tension that foreshadows the tense climax of the story. Why do you think the characters are different sizes?
The different sizes of characters demonstrate a hieratic scale, which is a scale that indicates relative importance. Pinkerton and his penguin pup are the largest and most forefront character, along with the penguin and his chick. Emily and her cat Rose are in the background, while Emily's teacher is on the back cover. This scale explains that Pinkerton and the penguin are the main focus of the story, and the teacher and Emily are supporting characters. Why is the hieratic scale important?
The hieratic scale shows irony because the supporting characters are the main reason for Pinkerton's actions. The lowest character on the scale is the teacher who taught Emily's class about penguins. Next is Emily, who brought home the book to show Pinkerton and her family what she learned. The second highest on the scale are the penguins. Why are the penguins on the cover of the book?
The penguins are on the cover because they represent an idea of what Pinkerton wants to be instead of being true characters in the story. They help support the highest character on the scale, which is Pinkerton, who thinks he is a penguin protecting his egg.
Along with color balance and the hieratic scale, facial expressions foreshadow events that occur throughout the story. Pinkerton's facial expression foreshadows his excitement and happiness for his new penguin pup. He has the same expression when he is at the show and tell with Emily. Pinkerton's hatched football egg foreshadows that Pinkerton somehow receives his penguin pup at the end of the story. The penguin's facial expression toward Pinkerton expresses concern for Pinkerton's imagination of being a penguin. Because the penguins represent Pinkerton's idea, the penguins only appear in the story as some of the characters' ideas.
Similar to the penguins, Emily and Rose look concerned for Pinkerton since his egg is not real. They feel torn between whether they should tell Pinkerton the truth or not. Her facial expression foreshadows when Emily tells Pinkerton that his egg is not real, making Pinkerton sad. The teacher on the back cover is imagining himself as a penguin with a hatching egg. Perhaps the teacher's lesson that he taught to his class also made him wish that he was an emperor penguin too. In conclusion, the cover of the book is important in foreshadowing the plot of the story. The color balance, the ironic chromatic scale, and the facial expressions work together to create a hidden tension that engages children to read Stephen Kellogg's book.